Hello, this is Danny from Danny Design Studio, and this is October Class in a Box. And this month we're using the Forever Greenery Suite. We're using all these elements here except for the gold hoops, but we have used the gold hoops in the past in one of the other classes. So we're using all sorts of gorgeous papers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the description on the YouTube channel rather than actually say it every time as I'm going through the class. So hopefully it'll speed things up a little bit. Now we're going to be making this. This is an acetate box, and we're making this belly band that will hold 4 cards. And that'll be a nice little Christmas gift if you wanted to give it away, or if you wanted to keep it yourself. It's a nice little storage container to keep your cards. And the other thing is, if you do give it away, I have Vistaprint actually do some lovely little print stamps that I use on the back of my cards. And if I show you what this says, so I have got handmade by Danny Designs, and I've got my website, and then I work at Pilgrim's Hospice, and I have that on the back of my cards as well because I help them out. So that's quite nice if you wanted to give your cards away at Christmas time, or sell your cards even. You can purchase that at Vistaprint, and they often have sales, but you can look online and see what they have. So today we're going to be starting off with this. So the acetate box comes flat, so you just need to make it up, and then I'm going to show you how to do this belly band. So in your little pack, you'll be given a strip of paper and then this lovely peacock colour. So what you need to do first is you just need to glue that together. I'm running out of glue, so I don't know. Oh dear, it's a bit useless. There's another one here. So glue that down, and all the dimensions, this doesn't quite fit because this is from an A4 piece of cardstock and the DSP is a 12 by 12, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be hidden. So you then get your acetate box, which I put over here, and you're going to sort of eyeball it, basically bend it slightly over, and then it's going to meet in the middle like that. So if you can just fold the sides just slightly, and then to make it neater we're going to score it using your trimmer, but if you just have a guide as to where it's going to go. So then I'm going to get the trimmer, and then remember, take your scoring part away. You're just using your trimmer, so you've got the guides there. So you're going to pop it in your trimmer, use the scorer, and again there, just gives it a neater appearance, and then a better fold as well. It does crumple up a bit because I've just put glue on it. So there we go. So then I'm going to put that around there. And then what you could do is use the better side. I'm just going to trim that bit off you could, if you wanted to and you didn't want to have a join, you could use your little flowery bit to cover it up if you wanted to and you didn't like it. So then I'm going to use the tear and tape, I think, this time, because it's quite strong. But you can use the glue, the wet glue is fine. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put a double layer, I think. Just take this off first. And then another layer, just to make sure that it definitely sticks. You don't want it to come undone. Take your pick tools, always handy for this sort of thing. And then I would always put it in and then make sure that it's snug but enough to be able to get on and off. So that seems quite good. So then I'm going to put my little circular thing in the middle. I'm going to the laser cut paper's just gorgeous. But they come in all sorts of different sizes and shapes. So obviously I have used this one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one, because you might get this one. It's all not going to be exactly the same, because of the papers and the different sort of different elements that are on it. They're all going to be different, so I'm going to make this one slightly different from my first example. You can also use the white, which I think is quite nice as well. But I think gold is sometimes nice for Christmas, isn't it? But you can choose whatever you want to do. So I'm going to just put some glue on here. Stick this on. And then with this little disc in the middle, I'm going to show you how I've, in my original, stamped this out. So I've got a little of the leaves. I've used the leaves in Pretty Peacock and Pear Pizzazz. You can use whatever you have got at home. And I'm going to use the tiny little leaves in here, which I think I've already taken out. Yes, taken that out. So I'm just going to show you how to do this so that you can actually, you obviously need your darker colour on the top, but you need a sort of a lighter colour as a background and as a little pattern. So what we can do is stamp it off. So that's quite dark. If I use that there, it's quite dark, but if I then used it there, or even that colour is quite nice to use. It's a different tone, isn't it? So I've stamped it off twice and then I'm using it on here, so it's a slightly different tone. And then I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock is very dark, so I'm going to definitely stamp that off twice, and then that colour that third tone is really nice. That's the colour I want. So I'm going to stamp that half off the actual disc as well, and then I'm going to need that, aren't I? I'm going to then use I want to use hello, because I want to send this to somebody in particular, and I would like to use, instead of what I've used there, to a friend that makes me smile, I want to use hello. So I'm going to put that on there, and hopefully it's so difficult. I'm going to have to do it here because it's difficult to see what I'm doing without my hair and my whole body getting into the view. So that's that, and then I'm going to put that on there. I'm not going to raise it up, I don't think. I'm just going to glue it on. And then just to finish off, it's nice to use these little embellishments. So I'll use, what shall I use? One, and then another one there. And that's that. So let's put that to one side, and then the next one I'm going to make is this one. I'm going to make it slightly different. So that is my white border, and that is my laser print that is going to stick on the top. Now you really, if you're going to use the wet glue, you really do need to control the glue, because you don't want that glue to be shown and splodged onto your card. So it's a case of really having tiny little dots, because this will still splatter a little bit onto the card. So I'm just going to pop that onto there. This is all cut to size for you. So then I'm going to mount that on there, but not yet, because I need to put the ribbon on. I need to arrange my greenery. So my greenery is sort of going to go like that. Now you're going to get a variety of greenery. A lot of you are going to get this greenery, which is lovely. But some of you may get this one, and that looks far too big. But I mean, you might like it and you might want to use it. But I'm going to cut this because I think I can use some of it in another card. So it just means cutting the paper, and this will be hidden a bit, so it doesn't matter. The bottom of the leaves will be hidden by your ribbon and by other things, and I can use these leaves for another card. So that is going to go there, and then that's going to, and you just sort of arrange your card the way you want it really. So a bit of glue, remember your ribbon is going to go down the bottom. One of these cards I'm going to use the white, because I think the white is actually really nice. I never liked the gold before, but now it's getting close to Christmas, I quite like the gold. And especially because you've got this lovely sort of pattern at the back as well. and then just going to arrange that on there. It's quite nice to not stick it all on, to get some sort of 3D effect so it comes out of the page, it's not all stuck to the card. So then you're going to use this this gorgeous lovely ribbon, and this ribbon is Old Olive and Pretty Peacock. If you look at it, it's got a shimmer to it on this side, and it's got those Old Olive colours and Pretty Peacock on the other side. It's got that, and you can use it double-sided, so it's actually really pretty. And you pop that round, so you want to make a bow, so I'm going to cut a bit off. I just want to make this stick in place a little bit, so I'm going to put a little glue dot in there. You can make your bow a bit better than mine. I'm sort of pushed for time. And then I want to put on here from Itty Bitty Birthdays. I want to make this into a birthday card, so I'm going to do this one. They say it's your birthday. I'm just going to stamp that on. And then this is going to go just flat. From my bone folder, make that a nice edge so it sticks really well. There we go, slightly different to the first one. That was my first one, that's my second one. So let's pop that over there for a moment. So then we have got this one, and I've got all the bits in here, so I'm going to put that to one side, and then inside all of your cards you have got little inserts, which I can't find at the moment, but inside all of the cards will be your inserts, so don't forget that. That's cut to size for you. So with this one I've used I'm using that as a background. This is a slightly different paper because I thought I'll try this one out. This is the original and I'm using this one, and then I've used this lovely embossing folder to give this sort of lovely pattern, and that goes through the die cutter. And then to get this little sort of tail bit, I've got got this here, this punch, and you just pop it in. This is 2 inches wide, and then you can see from the outside, from the bottom, sorry. Press it, and then you get a little sort of tag. So you can just build up your card, and then from this piece of paper, it's just the back of that, I've got 2 little little flowers from the bloom punch, from my bloom punch here, which I have used before. Sorry, reaching across. I'm just going to need, sorry, trying to reach across for my sponge bit so that I can make this into like a little 3D effect. So that will go on to and make my little flower. So with that, I'm going to use some little glue dots. And then in there is going to go a little gold gilded gem. There we go. So that's that. Now the bit that I didn't use, I think I'd like to use that in this bit. So I've then got my little sentiment bit of card, and I've got, this is a 1 inch and then a 3/4 inch strip, and then I've got the Lovely Labels Pick a Punch, and all these little grooves, that's a 1 inch, that's 3/4 inch, and that's a 1/2 inch. So you put your 3/4 inch, and I would have done this for you already, but this is how I'm doing it. Popping that in so that you can see it on the other side, depending on which shape you want. I'm going to go for this one, and then that side goes in there. And then that's the 1/2 inch. Cut that bit. Then on the other side. And that should go on the top like that. So then I need a little sentiment again. So what I'm going to do, just for, they say it's your birthday, I've got that all mounted up, so I'm going to use that again, I think, with the Pretty Peacock. Might have to take that out of camera shot. I'm going to put that to one side because I know that, oh, it's not done very well. So turn that over. That's a bit better. So then I'm going to mount that onto the Pretty Peacock, and I will do that with my wet glue. And then my flower's going to go there, but I'm going to break this up so that I have got some little leaves I can use. You might just want to use just a couple. I'm just trying to show you so that because otherwise sometimes you haven't got these exact pieces, and that's just because the speciality paper is, that's what it's like really. It's all different, isn't it? So it's not enough for all of you to have the same exactly identical thing, which I think is not a bad thing, because then you can do it the way you like, really. Don't have to follow, everything has to be the same. So I know that that looks a little bit messy, but the flower is going to cover it up. I'm going to just use it so that that's going to cover all the horrible bits. So I'm going to use glue dot for that. Put that in the middle. So that is all ready to be mounted, and this is all ready. So I'm just going to put it all together. Right, I'm going to these papers are just all so lovely. I mean, it's very difficult to choose, I think, because I really like that, because I think that really picks out the pretty peacock paper in there. And this embossing folder is gorgeous too, so difficult choices, but it's nice to just have something totally different. And that's going to go on there. And you could raise that up if you wanted to. I think just for speed, I'm going to just put the wet glue on, and that's going to go onto there. I quite like this. I quite like the white on the white. It's very clean and fresh, isn't it? So I think we're doing the second card. Sorry if I'm not getting it in camera shot. Try and use, if you've got a bone folder, it's quite handy to just make sure it's stuck down at the edges. There we go. So that's the original, and then that is one slightly different. So let's put that over there. Now the next one is this one, which I'm using slightly different papers here. So that's what we're going to be making, very similar. So first of all, that doesn't really, I think, doesn't go with that, but I think this one does. It sort of picks out, this is a Just Jade paper, and then that picks out that leaf in there. So I'm just gonna stick that on. This is a lovely embossing folder too. Stick it down nicely with your bone folder. And then before I stick it onto there, I need now I'm going to put hello on there, and sometimes you have to be quite brave. If you don't feel brave enough, just put it on a white piece of paper. because you don't know whether that is just definitely going to be straight. If you do mess it up, then because I can't see, I'm going to actually do it on a white bit of paper. Whereas if I don't want, because I don't want to get into camera shot, but I'm going to just cut that out. The other thing is, on the Forever Fern, you've got these lovely little dots here, and that's what I've used here. So I'm going to use those dots in a pear pizzazz. So I'm going to use that straight onto the card, because it just creates a little background texture and something nice, really. And then I'm just going to cut this out. And then I'm going to build up my little leaves. So just choose a few leaves, that'll do, these two. So they are going to go there, and then I know that my ribbon is going to go there, so it's sort of going to hide that. Put some glue on. Doesn't want to come out, there's glue. And again, if you put it down at the bottom, the base of your leaf, then you know that the ribbon is going to hide it. So then take your ribbon, and what I've done here is I've just done a knot, so I don't need a bow there, because then this could be given to a male as well. Sometimes males don't particularly like bows, well, they might do, but and then if you sort of do it at an angle and cut it at an angle, and that's done. You mount it on here. Bone folder. There we go. Getting there. To be honest, once these are cut out for you, it doesn't actually take that long to do, does it? And I think it's quite a nice little gift. So that's the first original, then this is a different type of paper. So pop that there to one side, and I think this is the last one. So this is the one I'm going to do. Got my little bits in here. Excuse my squeaky chair. So, right, so you've then got this white piece of card, and then that I just put at an angle. So there's no ribbon or anything that goes on there, so I'm just going to go ahead with the glue and stick that on. And then with the DSP, again, just I forgot to do one that wasn't white, that was white. Let's do this one that's just the white. Just so that you can, that's too much glue. Try and use the big bits to put the glue on. You want a few bits in the corner, because otherwise it rides up and doesn't stick properly. I quite like this paper, this DSP. I mean this one that I'm using at the moment. Done that totally different to what I'm supposed to be doing. Anyway, you get the picture. I'm going to do that slightly different. Typical of me, I'm not concentrating. So, to be honest, you can do things the way that you would like. You don't have to follow what I've done. It gives you various ways of doing it. You could have done the way I did it originally, and then you've got this lovely little sentiment here. And I think, what am I going to do? I'm going to decorate that with the greenery. I'm going to put Pear Pizzazz on there, just in the corner, because it's a lot of white space, and if you've got a sentiment, it's nice to fill this, but you don't have to. You can do whatever you want, really. So you've got 3 different types of different tones there. And then I've got this, which and I've forgotten where I've got it from now, but I thought it would be nice. It's a little something for you. It is, and I haven't got it from the Itty Bitty Birthdays, but I've got it from somewhere and I can't remember where. But I'm going to put the peacock, the pretty peacock, on there. Just gonna see how that stamps out. It's quite forgiving because it's at an angle already. A little something for you, so you don't have to get it too straight. So then I think I'll mount that on some dimensions. And the last thing to do is to put some nice gilded gems on. I can find them. Oh, that's a totally different card, because that's got the gold and that's got the white, totally different, but I quite like it. Anyway, so there we go. That is all the cards. These, I'm going to show you the new cards. Take the dirty bit of paper off. So slightly different new cards. And where is my belly band? There we go, that's the new belly else in shot. So slightly different, but I hope you'll have fun making this. And you wanted to get the Vistaprint little stamps, which I think really finishes it off really nicely. So thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, happy stamping, crafters.
If you like this video, please click the like button below, and please subscribe and select the bell icon to all to receive notifications of when I upload. Thank you.